Good morning, this is Kasturi Day. Today I am going to continue with the discussion on the question answer series of endocrine glands in humans, endocrine system in humans. Okay, so I'll start with the answer the following questions briefly. Okay, in previous video, in this section, in this series, I discussed about the short questions, objective type questions, that is the true and false, fill in the blanks, choose the correct answers, and difference between. Okay, now I'm going to start with the short questions. Answer the following questions briefly. Now, first one, why are endocrine glands called ductless glands? Because these glands do not have ducts and they release their secretions or hormones directly into the bloodstream. Name the cells of the pancreas that are endocrine in nature. They are islets of Langerhans. Where is the thyroid gland located? They are located in the neck region, just in front of the windpipe, that is the trachea. State the full meaning of stress. It is the stress is the state of mental or emotional strain. Okay, it is a state of mental or emotional strain or tension which results from adverse or demanding circumstances. Okay. Next is, what are endocrine glands? These are ductless glands of the endocrine system that secretes their products directly into the bloodstream. What are hormones? They are chemical messengers secreted by the endocrine glands that help to control and coordinate various metabolic activities in the body. Or they are chemical messengers that are secreted directly into the blood, which carries them to organs and tissues of the body to exert their function. You can write any of the definition. Okay. So, two hormonal definitions are there. One is a chemical messenger which is secreted by the endocrine glands and helping control and coordinate various metabolic activities in the body. Another is, it's a chemical messenger that is secreted directly into the blood, which carries them to the organs, which carries these hormones, which carries these chemical messengers to the organs, target organs and tissues of the body to exert their functions. Now, next question is, write the function of the pituitary gland in the body. Two functions are there, that is, it controls the functioning all the other endocrine glands, that's why it's called a master gland. Another is, it secretes three types of hormones, that is growth hormone, thyroid stimulating and gonad stimulating hormone. Then what is the function of islet of Langerhans? The islet of Langerhans are responsible for the production and release of the hormones, that is insulin and glucagon, that regulates glucose level in the blood. Name the hormones secreted by the ovaries, estrogen and progesterone. Then answer the following in detail. Describe the characteristic features of the hormone. Hormones are produced in small quantities. They act very fast but slower than the nerve impulses. They act on the cells or organs which are located away from their sources. They are destroyed soon after their action and therefore cannot be stored in the body. They coordinate long-term processes such as sexual development and growth. Okay. Then what happens when the thyroid gland secretes less thyroxine? It is the hypothyroidism condition in which there is less secretion of thyroxine, and it makes a person sleepy and sluggish. It leads to weight gain, and in young it causes a problem with development. In adults, this thyroxine deficiency lowers the metabolic rate, causing a weight gain, memory problems, then infertility, fatigue and muscle stiffness. Then how is the level of glucose regulated by the pancreas? The endocrine component, that is the islets of Langerhans, this secretes insulin hormone. Okay, this insulin regulates the amount of glucose in the blood. When there is extra glucose in the blood, in our blood, then that is converted into glycogen by the secretion of insulin. That time the insulin is secreted by these islets of Langerhans, and this insulin converts the extra glucose into glycogen and store it in the liver. And then when enough insulin is not released, what happens? Then this excess glucose accumulates in the blood, causing us condition. It is called hyperglycemia, or it's a diabetes mellitus condition. Okay. Now state the various physical changes that occur during adolescence. There are 4 changes which occurs, that is sexual maturation. Okay. Second is increase in height, change in body appearance, and change in the voice. So first condition, that is sexual maturation. In males, the testis starts producing the male sex hormone, that is the testosterone. Male sex organs develop. Testis starts producing sperms. In females, the ovary starts producing female hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Ovaries start releasing eggs. Also, secondary sexual characters develop in both males and females. For example, in males, there is enlargement of external genitalia, then enlargement of breasts in females. Then there are facial hair growths like in males, like his beard, mustache, then hairs in the armpit, pubic region, in the chest. Okay, and in females, the hairs grow in the pubic areas and also in the armpits. Then the increase in height. There is sudden increase in height due to the elongation of the bones of the legs and armpits by the spurt in the growth hormone. There is a spurt in the growth hormone, and due to this, there is increase in height, elongation of the bones of the legs and the arms. Then the girls attain the full height by the age of 14 to 15 years, and boys attain full height by the age of 18 to 19 years. And therefore, it is important during this age to have a healthy diet so that there is an adequate nutrients and are available, and due to this there is a proper growth and development. Then the change in body appearance. In males, the shoulders become broad, the chest becomes wide, the muscles grow and develop more than the girls, and they grow beards and mustache. Then in females, the widening of the pelvic region, the pelvic region becomes wide, the hips become broad, the breasts enlarge and develop, then the hair starts growing in the armpits and the pubic area. Now the change in the voice, here the growth, there is a growth in the voice box or the larynx, and in the males, the voice, that is the voice box, they grow more, okay, than in the females, and the male have a deep voice, whereas females have a high pitched voice. Okay. Next is, why is the pituitary also called the master gland of the body? Okay. The pituitary gland is the main endocrine gland. It is small, structured in the head. It is a small pea-sized gland located at the base of the brain. It produces hormones that controls other glands and many body functions including growth. The pituitary consists of anterior and posterior lobes. That is, I told you that pituitary gland is the master gland, and it's a small size structure which is present in the head, and it is a pea-sized gland, size of a pea. The size of the pituitary gland is the size of a pea. It's present at the base of the brain, produces the hormones which controls all the other glands and many body functions including growth. So that's why it's called a master gland. Okay, and it has 2 lobes, anterior and posterior lobes. Now, why is adrenaline called an emergency hormone? Because this hormone, that is adrenaline, is secreted during the time of stress or an emergency by the adrenal medulla. Okay, and therefore it is referred to as emergency hormone. When there is an emergency, adrenaline is secreted in the blood, and that starts reaching on a particular target organ, that the lungs, heart, blood pressure, metabolism, and such activities, they increase their rate. Okay, heart rate increases, lungs, they act on the lungs so that there's a breathing rate increases, blood pressure increases, metabolism increases, and such activities, they all increase. Upon the release of this hormone, the heart starts beating rapidly, so supplying a rush of oxygen to the muscles. It has an impact on the lungs in a way that it leads to fast oxygen supply due to the rapid contraction of the diaphragm and rib muscles. Okay, the flow of the blood into the skin and the digestive system reduces as a result of the contraction of artery related to these muscles, which lead to the increased flow of blood in the skeletal system. Okay, so digestive system, in the digestive system, the flow of blood decreases and the skin decreases, and in the flow of blood in the skeletal system increases. Okay, now it states the symptoms that depict stress in an adolescent. When an adolescent undergoes stress, he or she does not want to meet friends, seems nervous and confused, behaves aggressively, behaves differently in a group, stops talking to a friend, feels sad and helpless, then find it hard to concentrate in anything, maybe studies, maybe other works, whatever it is, then feel more tired than usual, does not feel hungry. So these, when you see certain adolescents or certain teenager undergoing these type of symptoms, then you can understand that the person is undergoing a stress condition. Okay, so I stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the remaining questions in my next video. So please go through this. If you have any doubt regarding these chapter, any other questions you want to know, or you want to give some suggestions to improve my videos, you can always write in the comment box. And if you like the video, press the like button so that I can produce you some more interesting videos that can help you in your studies much more. And if you are a new viewer to my channel or not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you.